Hello, hello. Dr. Amanda Barrientos here, founder of ABI Coaching. Have you ever wished that you had a more inspired life, or that you weren't stuck in survival mode, wishing that you weren't living paycheck to paycheck, or that you just feel like, I just don't even know what I want to do with my life, or you wish that you had more thriving, fulfilling, connected relationships, or you want to start that business but you don't have the courage or the confidence to do it? Today's video is for you. My max potential tip for today is my number one key foundational tip to help you thrive, feel alive, and max your potential so you can lead an inspired, rich, kick-ass life. And that tip is for you to practice personal growth and development. This is by far the number one primary practice that you need to implement if you want to max your potential and have a fulfilling life and business, group of friends, house, everything that you want, everything you ever wanted in life requires that you become a master of yourself. And when I say master, I'm talking about a process and a practice and a journey. No one wakes up a master. They work to get there. They learn what they need to learn and they put it into action. Some of you might not know my background. I was a single mom in grad school, earning my PhD. I had to go on food stamps to finish the program. I was daily stuck in survival mode. Literally, I worried about money every single day, probably 500 times a day. I also worried about if I was smart enough to finish. I had severe social anxiety that most people didn't really see because I masked it pretty well, but I would sweat and get red and freak out when I had to talk in graduate classes. I constantly doubted myself. I was constantly thinking everyone around me was better than me, richer than me, smarter than me, everything. I just thought that prettier than me, on and on and on. I could not see my worth, and I had struggling relationships. I just really struggled. And something that really helped for me was when I had the epiphany that I'm responsible for my reality, and I turned to personal growth and development. I started doing all the free things I could do, workshops, podcasts, YouTube channel, on and on and on, all day, just digesting, learning. And I started to implement it. And today I'm a max potential coach. I help other people thrive because I learned and I did what it takes to put the personal growth and development into action to get where I want to go. So something I want you to do right now is to assess in 2018, how much time, money, energy, what did you spend your time on in terms of personal growth and development? Did you read any books? Did you go to any workshops? Are you a person who says, I want a better life, but then you're not willing to do anything about it? Well, I want you to stop, because in order for you to thrive, you've got to start doing something different. You've got to overcome yourself to become yourself. So in 2019, I want you to implement the habit of practicing personal growth and development. This might look different for everybody, but let's just give an example of reading. If you spend 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 52 weeks of 2019, that's 130 hours focused on your own personal growth and development. Pick any topic. It could be social anxiety. It could be confidence. It could be money competence. It could be business building. It could be anything that gets you where you want to go and helps you unblock from the stuckness you're having that's not letting you thrive. But really, the number one first thing you got to know is that you've got to be willing to be the person to do what it takes to turn to personal growth and development. There's a million resources out there, both free and paid, that you can access if you want to have a better life and a more successful business. But you've got to be the one to take this up and do the work. Knowledge in action is power. If you want to thrive, establish the mindset of radical responsibility and know that you have the power to change. And I'm not just saying this because that's what people tell you, and it's what all the personal growth and development masters say. The reason they say it is because they've done it themselves, like I have. I've overcome my social anxiety. I can now talk to people without sweating and turning red. I'm confident. I don't walk away worrying whether or not they thought I was smart or they didn't. I don't think about it. I just show up fully expressed as myself, and I do what I need to do to make the largest impact I can possibly make on the world, and I want that for you too. Access your inner genius and make a difference in the world through allowing yourself to grow. Take the action, do it what it takes, invest the money in yourself in 2019 so you can have a kick-ass life. All right. Get inspired to do whatever it takes to transform into the most empowered version of yourself so you can lead a rich, thriving, kick-ass life and business. I want you to make an impact, make a difference, and have the most incredible year of your life in 2019. But you've got to start with focusing on yourself. I'll be back next week with another Max Potential tip video.